I feel like this is probably the most important question I have to ask you. You mentioned in your editorial that your passions include gardening and cooking, and some of your cooking shows you watch remind you of the great diversity of the US and AAPM&R. So, my very important question that I must ask you is, what is your top cooking show that you recommend
Oh
watching?
gosh. So yeah, I think I may have mentioned in my piece, I was watching this great show. I just found it on a PBS channel. And I think it is, America's Best Recipe. I forget, but it brought together folks from around the country, very diverse groups. Some were born in this country. There are lots of immigrants from Asia, from Europe, from the Pacific Islands, everywhere. And they made dishes that I had never seen before, so it was a real learning experience for me. So it was really exciting. Um, um, but I had to say, oh gosh, what's my favorite? I want to watch cooking shows that teach me something. I just talked about a contest, so that's okay. Teach me something. Teach me something about Mexican cooking or Asian cooking or a cooking technique that I don't know about. Do I have a favorite? My two, hopefully I'm allowed to say this. So my two recent discoveries is something called Create TV, which has cooking shows that are just diverse, and it's Italian, it's Mexican, it's Asian, and they teach you stuff. I love it. And the other one I just found is called uh, recipe.tv or tv.recipe. I was just channel surfing and I found it. And it's again, they're teaching you techniques and different recipes, and it's not a contest. Anyway, hopefully I didn't, say anything that gets, the TV Food Network upset or something. Quite frankly, I watch them all. So how's that for not answering your question really all that well?
No, you did. There's so many different like cooking shows out there. I even remember stumbling upon one on Netflix called Is It Cake, where they create these very abstract or real life looking objects and basically disguise it into fondue and cake. And it's just like, is it cake or is it not cake? Who knows? Have
I
you heard
think
of
I saw that. Right. And at the end, they kind of like take a hammer and smash it and determine if it's what was it really a cake or was it like,
exactly?
a real football or something. Right.
Right,
Yes.
right. That's like one of the most
So I have to ask you,
I watch.
what's your favorite cooking show?
I can't answer that question because I don't watch enough cooking shows, but that's the most recent one that I've watched. I know there's like Hell's
Okay.
Kitchen. There's just so many different shows out there. But yeah, I definitely enjoy the food scene. So, well,
Okay,
thank you
terrific.
thank you again for having this great Q&A session with me on really all things diversity and inclusion that the AAPM&R is doing to really support and listen to their members and really advance and enact change. So this has been quite an awesome session with you.
Well, thanks so much, and thanks for all you're doing for the academy and for the field and for serving on the committee. It's and your input, particularly our early career folks. Man, we need you involved. So thank you so much for that, and you got a bright future ahead of you.
Thank you, Dr. Flanagan. All right, have a great evening.
You too.